Hello, CIA, DIA, generals. And Alex, he's my new cohort. um, I've come up with another idea to not only get a wall built, but in the long term, we could conquer Mexico. And when we go there, it will be, and when we go there and actually conquer it, the country will be nice already, okay? And I'm going to tell you exactly how we can do that. What we would need to do is make a deal with Mexico, right? The government. And we will tell them that we'll go down there and we've got $200 billion that we want to give you in foreign aid, right? So we tell Mexico that we've got $200 billion that we want to give them in foreign aid. And they go, oh, yeah, sure, give it to us. That's great. Okay. But this time, we're not just going to give it to them. Okay. That's going to be the catch. What we're going to say is, look, I'm going to send our people down there. We're going to have a bunch of American contractors. Maybe the CIA can go down there with them. And they'll pick out, some sort of metropolitan areas. We need a system here. I'm not going to get too much into details, but you find the areas that you want to spend the $200 billion on, and you tell the government, look, we're going to do this ourselves or we're not going to give you the money. And they're going to go, wait, no, wait a minute, what are you up to, right? And of course, they're going to figure it out pretty quick. They're probably not that stupid. So what we would do in our media is start pumping it all over the media, right? That we're going to give Mexico $200 billion, but the government declined because we wanted to do the reconstruction ourselves, right? Of course, this is going to be a thumb in the eye to the globalists who have set up this big plan. And this counters that plan, right? So their plan was to destroy countries so that we would become a one world government. Now America states that we're going to give $200 billion in foreign aid to Mexico, and when we get down there, we're going to rebuild Mexico, and we're going to pump it all over the media. So now all of the Mexicans in Mexico are going to hear that Mexico denied our money to come down there and build up their infrastructure, which is exactly what the globalists do not want. They don't want to rebuild Mexico's infrastructure, right? Now you've got to sell it in America. The liberals are going to go for it right away. And what you would do is hedge this. You'd say, look, we're going to give Mexico $200 billion, liberals. We're going to go down there to Mexico and we're going to rebuild their infrastructure and give them a better life. And of course, the liberals are going to go, oh my God, yes, this sounds great. Let's do that. Oh, good golly, I hope this happens. Oh, I love those little Mexicans down there. Oh, yay. And what we would say is, in order to do that, the trade-off, liberals, is we want to build a border wall, right? So we're going to build a border wall. Now you're going to have the conservatives going, wait a minute, we're going to give Mexico $200 billion? Wait a second. This isn't going to work. So you're going to have to sell it to the conservatives, right? So what you would start doing is pointing out a lot of economical progress that we've made and that we can afford it and things like that. And what that would do is help President Trump out by pointing out that he's done a great job with the economy, okay? And so it's going to help him out a little bit, and they're still not going to buy it. The conservatives are going to be, no, we're not giving Mexico $200 billion. You're not taking my tax dollars to give Mexico $200 billion. Well, like I said, I have the Google here helping me out tremendously. If you've seen my if you're fortunate enough to have seen my Meteor playbook, China can help us out with this situation. So what we'll do is we'll talk to China and we'll put it in the media that China also wants to help rebuild Mexico, and as a joint venture, if we do this together, we would he would knock $2 trillion off of our deficit or something. But of course, the public doesn't know about the Meteor playbook, right? So China agrees that if we all do this together, we're going to knock $2 trillion off of our deficit, okay? and then that's a package deal. So now you've got to put that out there, and the conservatives are going to go, whoa, okay, yeah, well, hell, this sounds like a great idea all of a sudden, right? So you've got all of this. You got to just kind of move the chess pieces around to come up with a way to beat the globalists, okay? And this would work to perfection. And you can see, like I said, Google helps me out. President Xi's pledges to fight corruption at the belt. So, it's so freaking awesome. There was another little thing I was going to throw in there. I just forgot what it was, but I'll go ahead and close down here, and when it pops back in my head, I'll reconvene and finish this off there, DIA. Okay, I remember what it was. The conquering part. Now, you got to keep in mind, back over here, of course, we had the CIA go down there with their contractors. Now, they've made contacts with the government, okay? We're going to need somebody with some balls that's already got contacts to go down there. Maybe you could strike a deal with old, what's-his-name that we nabbed to pull this off. But now, at a later date, you see, this is why you're going to need the contacts down there. After we've rebuilt the infrastructure and things like that, maybe we can leave some sleeper cells down there that we've given some money to China and in America, CIA or whatever, and we'll have some soldiers down there that whenever we go down there and overthrow the government, we can go ahead and rebuild the black market, but do it the right way, because you don't want that getting out of hand right off the bat when we take over, because you're either going to have to go down there and slaughter the cartels when we go in there, and there not be any cartels left, and anybody that's about 16 or 18 and under that was corrupted, maybe we can try to uncorrupt them. But the ones that's already pretty much, Billy badasses and they're going to be a problem in the future, you either go down there and you slaughter them, or you rebuild the black market yourself. The CIA is probably pretty good at things like that. And that way, this time, after we've taken over the country, there won't be that vacuum there, okay, that always ruins everything, right? So you gotta solve that problem, which I don't think would be very hard. We'll just take over the black market ourselves and run it ourselves, and maybe kind of minimize it as much as possible to keep some of these guys from going ape shit when we get down there and we start trying, to bring a little law and order into place, because that would just be a big thorn in your side, right? So you want to develop the black market yourself, re-engineer it, and make it to where it's possible that these people aren't running around murdering everybody while you're trying to bring law and order back into Mexico as we conquer Mexico, right? And you could just basically make America and Mexico one country, instead of letting Mexico invade us to make the world one country, okay? That's kind of my thought process on how you could do that. You're never going to get rid of corruption, okay? It's just not going to happen. You can do your best to minimize it. And by the way, Johnny Law, I mean, you'll ever get rid of corruption completely, well, none of you are going to have a job. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so I got all these stones here, and they just conversed in my head, and President the Chinese stone was like, yeah, you help me conquer Saudi Arabia, I help you conquer Mexico. We go down there and take care of cartel who ruin everybody's life. Yeah, we're gonna go down there. We're gonna take over, and we'll help all people there, like we used to. We think normal, like normal people, not like asshole like these. I know what we could do. We could just let all of the little Mexicans come to America that want to, and that way they can escape the cartels, and then America will just be all screwed up after that. Oh, it's just such a great plan. You see what I'm saying there? I mean, that's why I call it the International Federation of Idiocracy Technology. But I've got to admit, there's some technologies here that weren't idiots, okay? So, anyways, just throwing that in there too.